Let's have our centering and use our yoga practice to get back to ourselves. Have that bigger perspective of what really matters, which is love and peace. Even though all those things that are happening in the world, and even if you have conflict with another person, what really matters in the end is love. Take some full breaths and feel your whole body move when you breathe. Feel that fullness of life as you inhale into your lungs, and the fullness of life as you exhale, feeling that letting go of that we are being supported by some unknown force. As you inhale, feel the fullness, and as you exhale, feel the trust and support. Let's do a little hand movement with breath. It's a little more subtle than the one we had been doing before. Make your hands like a little bowl, and as you inhale, lift the hands up. As you exhale, flip the palms over and have the hands sink. Palm faces up, inhale. Flip the hands and exhale. Okay, very nice. You can allow your palms to be facing up in your lap, and feel just how a couple minutes can change how you're feeling, can alter your mind, alter your perspective. Okay, let's do some sweeping arm movements. Let's take one arm, sweep around in front. Take the other and sweep around in front, making large movements. It's working your body, waking it up. All right, good. And then back to neutral. Let's take the hands, interlace them, palms face out, bring your hands up overhead, reach way up like you're waking up in the morning, reaching up and even adding a little back bend, arching back, and then move your face all around, jaw open, eyes wide, and then waking up all the little muscles in your face. Good. Arch over to one side. Have one hand come down, side bend. Feel that nice stretch in your side body. Press your sitting bones down as you're reaching. Really feel that stretch all along your side body. And come up and arch over. Push down into your sitting bone. Arch with the top. And like I always say, you can always use your practice just purely for the physical benefits. There are many of them. Or you can use your practice to help you feel more at peace in your life. It can definitely help you to do that. So good, come back to neutral. Just appreciating the health in your body and life itself. Okay, look good. Let's do a couple neck stretches. Have your chin come down to your chest, so U shape with your head. And then tilting your head to one side, massage your neck, your shoulder, all those little tight spots in your neck. Massage it out. Good, chin forward, and you're moving to the other side, and then massage. Very common place that we hold tension is right in your neck, so moving it out, a nice thorough massage. Okay, good. So let's come to bring your legs out in front of you. And we're going to do a little bit of core work with an upward facing boat. So lifting up your feet. First, we'll do half boat first, just to wind your ankles. So from here, wind your ankles around. And then wiggle your toes, getting some proprioception all the way down into your toes. Okay, so first let's try holding half boat. So your hands are out, chest lifted, take some slow breaths. Good. And try to work with straightening the knees if that's available to you. Okay, then boat sit-ups, knees in and out. Doing some core work at the beginning of class will help get us warmed up and ready for class faster. All right, good job. Have your knees come in, hands behind. So sit your hips a little bit ahead, shoulders roll back, lift your chest, arch back, stretch open the chest and heart. Be able to take the fullness of love and of life. Deep, slow breath. Have one shoulder come forward, chin to that side. And then back, and then look over the other shoulder, chin to that side. Okay, good. And then just that subtle movement of the shoulder pushing forward and the chin going to that side. Really, it's a nice neck stretch, going side to side. All right, very good. Let's lift up your hips into reverse table. And then slide forward onto your toes and then back onto your hands. Okay, good. Let's take one leg and place it on the other knee. Bend your elbows a little bit. Let's try do some tricep push-ups, bending the elbows and strengthening the muscle that behind your arms. Good. Set your hips down. Bring the knee towards the front of your mat as you lift your chest. Slow breath. Then a little bit of rocking with the knee. Drop it one to one side and then drop it over to the other side. Okay, let the knee drop over so you're doing a twist. As you're lifting up your chest tall, twist over to that side and hold. Wow, some interesting stretches there. Good, back to neutral. Sitting here, press the knee towards the front of your mat again. Stretch your hip. This is like a pigeon pose, but we're in a seated position. All right, very nice. Let's release that side. So let's try that again on the other side. Lifting up your hips, reverse table. Have the other leg that you didn't do yet on your knee. Hold for a moment. Hips come down, bend your elbows, do 10 tricep push-ups. Great. Sit down, and this knee goes to one side, and then lift it up and let it drop over to the other side. So we're getting some nice full body stretches. I have to pick my bottom up and slide it back as it seems to be walking forward. Maybe you're having that too. Okay, good. Let it drop down to the side that you get a twist on. Since I didn't direct the left or right, you'll have to figure that which side that is for you. Can come back up to center. Push the knee towards the front of your mat. Lift your chest. Really nice hip stretch. It's unusual hip stretch. It's different than pigeon. There's Ernie. They're much more active when the weather is cooler like this. All right, very good. Okay, release that. Let's make our way to child pose. Sitting your hips back. And what I'm going to do while I'm here is to just take care of my wrist. Point your fingers down, a little massage for the palm, since we were on the hands quite a bit there. Massage them. And then you can stack your fists, rest your head on them, make some space between your knees, get comfy in child pose. Hi, baby. And some side to side movement with your hips. Stretching your back and getting some comfort. There's an emotional component with child pose that feels very nurturing. All right, so let's take the right arm out in front, extend it out. Your left arm underneath the armpit, and rest your weight down onto the shoulder and stretch your shoulder blade into a thread the needle variation. Okay, very nice. Come up, switch sides, thread the needle on the other side. Use your body weight to do the stretch for you. Okay, good. Coming up. We'll do a preliminary up dog, coming forward, toes touch, knees apart, toes touch, sink forward and arch back into your up dog. Slide back, down dog, hips up high, and let's bend one knee and then the other, stretching out your heels, stretching out your calves. And then you can hold in down dog and just stretch your whole body, back side of your body. Okay, let's do that a little bit around again. We'll come into plank, hold plank. You can do the up dog like this with the knees, feet up, or you can do regular up dog, which is hips down, chest lifted, knees lifted. And then sink back up to down dog. Plank, up dog variation that you choose. And then back to downward facing dog. Okay, let's let the left knee drop down to the ground. Right hand up. And then pick up the back leg into a variation of half moon. Bend your knee, reach back, take hold of your ankle, pull your heel back, and stretch your quadriceps. And then kick back into side bow. Stretch your chest, your leg. Okay, very nice. Let that foot come down, hand up, and you can stay here for your side plank, or if you want to challenge yourself and come up into side plank. Breathe. And maybe even starfish, leg up. All right, good job. Go right into the downward facing dog, hips up. Take some resting breaths. Okay, have your right knee come down. And I'll do it this way so I'm facing you. The right knee comes down and left hand, left leg up into the balancing half moon variation on this side. Bend your knee, reach back, quad stretch, pull the heel in, shoulder back. And then kick back into a side bow, opening up your chest and your heart. Okay, good. So the foot comes down, hand up, and here's a side plank variation. Totally fine to stay right here. If for some reason it's not going to work for you to do the full side plank. So stay here or stack your feet and come into side plank. Let your breath sustain you. Rely on your breathing. And then if you want, you can do the leg up into starfish. Very challenging position, but try. All right, good. Knee down. Let's come down to sit on your heels again. Let's take care of our wrists. Point your fingers down. Massage your palm. And then same, massage your palm. And then let's try this one where you press the wrist in and circle around. And reverse that. All right, very good. Let's come up onto your knees. And I would like to do a camel variation and then use that into move into low plank. So we'll take 1 foot ahead, your right foot ahead, and then slide forward. So the camel variation is you let the back foot, the toes tuck, and then reach back, hand up overhead, and arch back into your, almost like we're doing camel, but there's a little bit of a side turn, side back bend. It's not fully straight back like camel is. Slow breath. Okay, very good. And then we'll move into the low lunge, which is more facing the front of the leg. Let your hips sink down, drop down, big stretch for the hip flexors. Clasp your hands, bring your hands up overhead, lifting your chest, arch back. Really nice stretch for the hip flexors and your chest and heart. Good, and then lower yourself down, hands down. Let's let the hips sink. The knee, I'll do it this way so you can see what I'm doing. This knee drifts out to the side, and you could be here, or you could let your elbow sink all the way down. Good, and then come up. Very nice. And I'll face this way again. Curl the toe, back toe under, lift up your back knee, right hand up and twist to the side. Okay, good. And then carefully, we can try to transition to warrior pose by coming straight ahead and slowly coming up with your hands up overhead to warrior. Okay, I'm out of the picture, I see. Let's see if I can move my thing back here. Okay, good. So from warrior, I just noticed, so I just moved from carpet over to hard floor, and the hard floor is really great for standing poses. If you have that option, you might think about that. Okay, let's go right into warrior 2. Let the back foot drop, hands out and out flat, and then dancing warrior with the hands overhead. There's cricket coming out. Good, come up. And then the humble warrior, one of my favorites lately. Clasping your hands, shoulders roll back. Go at an angle out in front, head down, and just nice stretch. Surrender yourself into the stretch. Okay, good. Back up to standing. Ah, very nice. Release your hands. Let's bring in your feet and we'll make our way down to do the other side. Okay, so I'll do it this way so that you can see me. So again, we'll start in this pose and we'll do the camel variation. So I had my right leg in front first, now my left leg is in front. Curl the back toe under, hold on to your heel, hand up overhead and arch back. So this has a lot of similarities to the dancing warrior that we just did. Very nice. Everybody looks great. We'll come back. Low lunge. So we'll walk the foot forward. Let the back leg drop, hip drop, big stretch into the hip flexor. Hands come up together. Lift your chest, arch back. Okay, very good. Have your hands come down on the inside of the foot. Knee drops out to the side and elbows all the way down to the ground for inner thigh stretch. Okay, have your hand come up, the left one up towards the sky, curl your toe under, lift up your knee and turn into a twist lunge. Strong back leg, lifting your knee, engaging your glutes. All right, very good. Unwind that. Okay, we're going to transition to the standing warrior, but take your time, no rush. Okay, good. A little bit of that nice lunge we had. Bring your hands up overhead, lifting and reaching. Transitioning from one pose to the other is part of the practice in terms of like the challenge of the practice. So it's all part of it, all part of the balance too. So rotate so your hands come out into T in warrior two. We're facing in front now. And then the warrior, dancing warrior, left arm over your head. Good, and then back. Keep the front knee bent, interlace your hands behind you, shoulders up, pull them back, roll them down your back for the yoga mudra. Then come forward into the humble warrior pose. Head relaxing, big stretch for your legs and your back. All right, very good. Ease your way back up, release your hands, let them float forward, walk your feet in. All right, very nice. We can stay up at standing then. Let's do some ankle rotations. Both sides. Okay, very good. So let's try a balancing pose. We'll try the standing stick pose. And this one is really good. Like I have a wall right here. So you could stand up against the wall and do this. This is totally fine. So you bend one knee, pull the knee in toward your chest. And then you could clasp the toe and bring it out in front and use the wall or hold a chair. And maybe even bring the leg out to the side. So I'm not super flexible with my hamstrings. So I'm gonna bend my knee. Well, it makes a huge difference. All right, good. good. Back in and release. It's a hard pose. So good job. Let's try the other side. Pull the knee in. Just standing with your knee pulled in could be your posture. And then take hold of your big toe. Extend out. And then out to the side. Good. And then back in. Whoa. Okay, very good. Did everybody figure out a block that you could use? I have mine here, or something that's available to you. I'd like to do balancing half moon, and I'm going to show you it with a wall because it's so actually much funner, more fun to do it with a wall, more funner if you have a wall available. So anyway, block, wall if you have it, hands out, and then you step, have the block come down, and then you make a T with your body like this. So it's nice to have the wall if you can put your heel against it, shoulder blade against it, or just not do this pose. It's totally fine too. So all right, very good. Come up and let's try the other side. So I haven't been leading this pose very much because without a block, I just don't like doing it. It just doesn't feel right to me. So try the other side. The block makes your whole body into a T instead of crooked down to the floor. Okay, very good. Bend the knee, come down. All right, good balancing. That's a good job, everybody. Okay, we can let's make our way down to seated. Wanted to do some first day Pada Konasana. Bring your soles of your feet together and hold your ankles and use your knees to press the knees down, coming forward. And if you want, walk your fingers forward. Nice, almost like a forward bend with this stretch. Ease your way back, very nice. And then have your feet out in front. Okay, so doing forward bends, you could always use a strap around your feet like this. It's totally fine to do it that way. I'm going to lead a little bit different type of a forward bend. I'm going to show it this way. So it's surprisingly not as hard as you think. You could hands up overhead and bring your hands down. If your hands don't touch your feet, you could put the strap around put your strap around the right foot or hold the right foot like this. We're going to lift the leg up and then turn to the side like that. So you could be holding it with the strap like this and turn. Okay, so it's kind of a neat feeling. It's like I said, not as bad as it looks. It looks more hard than it actually is. So try it. Really great stretch down the side body for a IT band stretch. Then, I'll do it this way so you can see. So this is front, and then bring the leg across the midline to the other side, and even emphasize that stretch even more on your IT band. All right, very good. Bend your knee. Why don't we do rock the baby while we're here? So you can hold the knee and foot like this, or foot and the crook of your elbow, and knee in the crook of your elbow, and do your hip stretch like this. All right, very good. Let's try the other side. So strap if you need it. Bring your hands up overhead. Inhale. Reach out over. Take hold of your left foot. Open to the side and lift that left foot up as you twist. And even bringing the leg across the midline. Really stretch your IT band. Back to the neutral. Bring your leg back into the midline and then bend your knee. And let's do the either rock the baby like this or wrapping the elbows around is fine too. Okay, very good. Let's just do a straight up forward bend with both legs out. Scoot forward a little bit so your sits bones are directly on the floor and all the fleshy parts is pulled out to the side. Bring your hands up overhead. Inhale. Extend and reach out over, toes actively pointing up, and reach down to wherever you happen to land. Nose down, head down, stretching through the whole back side of your body. So what I'm going to do for variation, you could join me if you want, is to do some movements with the feet because I have really tight calves and ankles, and this is in this pose, it can really help to stretch them. So bring the feet out and pressing them away. Point your toes, stretch them in that way. You'll feel all the little ligaments in the top of your feet stretching. Point your toes up towards your head. And then out again. So if there was a spot in that circle that we just did that feels particularly tight, like this was insanely tight for me, I'm going to hold it there. You hold it where it works for you. Okay, all right. Ease back. Let's do a little quad IT band massage. Both legs. All right, very good. Okay, let's make our way down onto your belly. Do a back bend. We just did a ton of forward bends, so we need to do some back bends now. So first toes down and let the heels rock side to side. Then let's come up onto the elbows. Make some toning with your glutes and your abs and slide your shoulder blades down into Sphinx pose. You have good posture in Sphinx. Like what I mean is not this slumping down, but rising up out of your shoulders, tall spine. And then push down with one leg and lift and lower the other, just to strengthen and rejuvenate. And then that leg down, lift and lower the other. Okay, good. And then a little space between your feet. Grip the floor with your fingers and lift both legs up. Okay, very good. Lower both legs and let's work more with the upper body. Slide your hands forward and do a Sphinx pose where you could leave your hands here or bring them back a little bit so the upper body rises up off the floor a little higher. And if you're at your edge, if you're done moving back, that is totally fine. Or you could move back if you wanted. I'm going to stay here personally. Feel your belly stretch. Good back bend. And then you can bend your knees. Okay, great. Let the elbows drop back down. Slide them back. Reach back. Let's have one foot back and then the heel towards your hip for quad stretch. All right, then rest on the other elbow. Reach back for quad stretch on this side. Okay, very good. All right, so let's roll onto your back. Have your feet on the floor, knees bent, arms in T. Let's just do some windshield wipe side to side, just working out any kinks that may have happened from doing. Sometimes going from forward bend to back bend or back bend to forward bend can be kind of jarring for your spine. So just ease it out with some twists. Bend your knees and hug them into your chest. Bring your nose up to your knee, hugging in. Good, head relaxing down. Have your feet come to the floor. Let's do neck stretch. Pull your chin up to your chest. Turn your head a little to one side. And then over to the other side. Back to neutral. Let your head come back down. Okay, so now let's do some work with bridge pose, arms by your sides. And as you inhale, lift your pelvis up. And then as you exhale, roll it back down. So just moving up and down in this rolling motion for the spine, trying to get energy into each of the little vertebrae, rolling it up on the inhale and down on the exhale. Okay, so for bridge pose, have your ankles underneath your knees. Walk your shoulder blades in toward your spine. Lift your pelvis, clasp your hands, walk your shoulder blades together even more, and then press your pinkies down in the floor, knees point forward, chest lifted. Okay, very good. Hands release, lower down slowly, and take in all those good reverberations from bridge pose. So let's do a half shoulder stand. So you can do bridge pose again, or if you'd like to join me in half shoulder stand, you could do it with the block on your hips, or uh, or do a regular half shoulder stand with me. So lifting up your legs, have your hips rest in your hands. Try to keep your breath smooth and full. It's so nice to take full breaths because I'm sick of wearing my mask. I'm sure you are too. So it's nice to take breaths without worrying about it, worrying about the mask restricting your breathing. Okay, good. Lower down onto your back with ease. Very good. And then fish pose. And I know with my yoga students, yoga teacher training students, a lot of them don't like this pose. So let me go through some details to make sure that everybody is enjoying and comfortable in this posture. So have your legs strong, resting on your elbows, sit on your hands, then lift your chest, have your shoulder blades lifting really hard against the chest. Okay, this is the key to get into the pose properly, make it comfortable. Then the key too, another key is to slide from this strong position, slide back, keep pushing into your elbows, throat open, the elbows push down a lot, and then chest is lifting up a lot, throat open, so a nice back bend. Then push into your elbows, ease your way back down. All right, good job. That was so good for the thyroid, especially hypothyroidism. So let's do flag pose twist. Have your left arm come up, roll onto your left side, bring your right foot in front, and then left leg behind. Right arm dropping back, full body twist. Oh, feels really great. Slow circles with the arm, going around, opening up your chest. Okay, good. Now onto your back, roll over onto your right side, right arm up high, left leg in front, right arm behind, full body twist. Left arm makes big circles around. All right, good. Then you can come onto your back and get yourself comfy for relaxation. You could, now that you're in your own home, dial it in to be the perfect relaxation pose for you. I, as you know, prefer laying on my back with my legs up. You can lay flat on your back, put in some extra clothes on if you want. Okay, let's see here. And as you are settling in, I have a nice quote to read to you. All right, so yoga is about clearing away whatever it is that's in us that is preventing us from living our most full and whole way. With yoga, we become aware of how and where we are restricted in the body, mind, and heart, and how gradually to open and release these blockages. As these blockages are cleared, our energy is freed. We start to feel more harmonious, more at one with ourselves. Our lives begin to flow, or we begin to flow more in our lives. So, our practice helped us to release stuff that we don't need, release tension, tightness in the body, and also our minds. Relaxation is so important because we get a chance to really feel that unwinding and all the energy flowing freely. So take some time to really soak that in. It feels so good. Practicing just being. So beginning to come back to your body and to your breathing. Making little movements and taking some deeper breaths. Just feeling gratitude for your life and all the good things that we have in life. As you're ready, rolling over to one side. And up to seated. Let's just sit and enjoy this good feeling for a few moments before we return to our lives. And then bring your hands into prayer. And in hopes that we can all remember what is truly lasting, which is love and peace, especially amid all the chaos that seems to be happening right now in the world. Remember that love and peace are the things that are eternal. Namaste.